Hello, you budget-minded pedal freaks. Harley Benton has dual pedals, and when you know, and I do know who they've worked with, and when you know some of the pedals on the market, you know where they're coming from. Remember that the tiny pedal, the mini pedal market was kind of revolutionized by Moore and Moore with their mini pedals, which they had, I don't know, 50 of. Now, that whole Moore mini pedal craze has come and gone. They now have modelers and they have more stuff. Get it? So they're not really selling a shit ton of the Moore mini pedals anymore. Anymore. There isn't any more. So it made only sense because they're good friends with Thomann and Harley Benton that they would band together to do something together. And look at this. When you look at this Evil Twin, you can clearly see that this is a bigger version, because it's actually bigger than a mini pedal, a bigger version of a Moore mini pedal, probably the tube drive, whatever. And this is clearly it's a Moore pedal. I mean, with the two, it's exactly the same thing. They just elongated it, put it in a different chassis, and gave it a switch. But that's great for you, because you're getting two pedals, really for the price of 1.2 pedals, $79 for this. And this is well built, in a good chassis, decent soft clicky knobs, an intelligent switching system. But here's the thing. I haven't really explored this a lot. I did not read the manual, and there's a really good video from Richard Morgan, Rich Words Music, where he explains everything about it, which I haven't watched, but I'm just gonna download it and insert his explanation here so I don't have to do it.
Now, the Evil Twin has two sides. Like I said, you've got the tube drive side on this side and the overdrive on this side. And what I'm led to believe is that the tube drive side is their take on a tube screamer circuit, and the overdrive side is their take on the full-tone OCD. So not the most inspirational or groundbreaking pedal, but two very, very popular effects that should work very well together. And that's what we're going to put to the test right now. So let's look at the controls and the features of the pedal first, then we're going to play it, and afterwards I'll give you my conclusions about it. So on this side of the pedal then, the tube drive, we have a drive control, a level control, and a tone control, as you'd know from a classic tube screamer. What we also have is a two-way switch, which gives you the option of going between warm and hot modes. Now, to my ears, warm seems to be the classic tube screamer sort of a circuit, so big push in your mid-range, a cut in the bass tones, nice soft clipping, a very classic overdrive. Hey, you all know the tube screamer, I don't need to tell you what a tube screamer really is. So that's the warm side. Flicking across to the hot side gives you a big push in volume, a big boost in low end as well, so you get back a lot of what might have been missing in that classic tube screamer style, and it also seems to clip and sound just a little bit different to my ears, but we're going to hear a bit more of that in the playing samples. The other side of the pedal is called Overdrive, and this is the full-tone OCD homage. Now, the OCD is very different in terms of overdrive stylings to a tube screamer. It's a lot more aggressive, it has a lot more gain, it's a hard clipping style of overdrive, and it doesn't give you that cut in bass like a tube screamer would. It gives you a big full-on hard rock sound. So that's what we're going to expect from that side of the pedal. We have a drive control here, we have a volume control, we have a tone control, and we also have a two-way switch on this side. That's labeled LP and HP, and that stands for low peak and high peak. Now, when you're in the low peak mode, you get a much more transparent sort of a sound. It should be really good for clean boosts and lower overdrive settings. And when you flick it up to HP, you get a big push in your low end as well. You get a push in the mid high frequency range, and you get more gain and aggression too. So this is a very, very versatile pedal. We've got these two independent sides that on their own will give us many different sounds, but there's more, because we have a three-way switch in the middle here that lets us change up the way we want to order the pedal. So when this switch is in the middle, it's labeled A or B, and you can either have one side or the other side active, and when you switch the switch, the other one goes off, the other one goes on. So that's a very, very cool idea. I do quite like that. You can also flick the switch up to run the tube drive side into the overdrive side, so running the tube screamer into the OCD effectively, which I think is the way that most of you will be wanting to do it. Or you can do the opposite, go down to the bottom switch here and run the OCD style side into the tube screamer style side.
So now you know everything. Literally, I don't know what he said because I didn't pay attention. I didn't watch it. Who's got the time? But this is what Thomann's doing. This is technically 2 more mini pedals in one chassis for a lower price. In not so flimsy in little, but in a bigger pedal. Now we're gonna play it with this Valiant Soothsayer Wenge neck maple fretboard, beautiful top matching headstock, P90 in the neck position, which is great for this kind of pedal. Humbucker here, both bare knuckle, Goto locking tuner. This is a kick-ass guitar for slightly under $3,000. And if you want to buy this, go to Valiant. They have a few of these that they made specifically to my spec for my fans to buy exactly the guitar that I have. Go and do that. ValiantGuitars.com or something like this. I don't know. Now, why am I playing this with a high-end guitar through a pretty high-end amp? Because when you're evaluating something, it should be the weakest link in the chain. What if the sounds aren't great that I'm getting in this video? Well, then you're gonna say, well, but also the guitar wasn't great, so now is it the guitar or is it the pedal? Well, it wasn't a great amp, it wasn't a good mic, and blah, blah, blah. By using the thing that we're using as the weakest link in the chain, you know if the sounds are great, it can keep up with everything. If it's a shit pedal, the guitar and everything isn't gonna save it. Okay? That's my philosophy. Here we are in the Tone King Sky King down there, into the aux with 412 Greenback loaded cab, this guitar on P90, here we go, that's the clean sound. So, we're going to go to the, tube drive, gonna turn this on. Of course there's buzz because it's a P90. On the warm side, which I think is not so warm as the hot side, but the hot side just adds volume and more gain. So I don't know why it's called warm, but here we go. This is a pretty freaking good low gain overdrive, if I might say it so. Might say it so? If I go to hot, it gets really thick. I think too big. I don't like that too much. Technically keep it here. By the way, how cool is it that the little knobs have little lines on them? Back in the day, I bitched about them not having lines, and then at some point more started to do that. So don't know if it was me, but thank you for doing that. So we're gonna go to this puppy. There's an LP and an HP, and since I didn't watch Richard's video, I don't know what it does. Low input and high input, I think that's what it is. It isn't low pass and high pass. That's nice. I don't know how to play things. definitely more gain. More gain also comes more heft. So you want more, I mean, it's a tube drive and an overdrive. But if you're stacking them right now in A to B, then whoa. A to B means the tube drive goes into the overdrive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get for 79 bucks. I'm going to say, even though I'm paid for this video, that is fucking ridiculously good. The possibilities from the tube drive to the overdrive in itself, yeah, I don't like the hot thing. Don't go there. But the possibilities are there. It cleans up with the volume, and then the stackability or le stackability, or like la stackabilité, as they say in French. That's freaking amazing. Even let's go to B to A. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't. Better to go from A to B, but the coolest thing is the switchability from A or B. So we are in a little bit less gainy world right here. Which really makes it a 2-channel pedal. 79 bucks because it comes directly from the factory in China, from people where I've been to the Moore factory. They are treated well. It's a clean facility. This is not what you think of, like, you know, a slave labor shit. No. It's none of that. I don't think Harley Benton would be involved in that. That is good people making good products and that goes directly to Thomann. That's where the savings are, no people in between. And this is good. And all you, king of tone, have to wait for 5 years, total gear snobs. Look, if you can't get a good tone out of this, then the king of tone won't save you. It's not going to change a thing about your life. This is pretty damn... I'm not saying it sounds like a king of tone, but this is pretty damn good. Which brings us to, we're going to go into a few different amps, but what setting we're going to go into it, I don't know. Not all of them. So we're going to go into the... let's turn this off. MVP66, which is JTM-ish. So we have a Marshall JTM sound. There you might want that hot setting. It works with that amp. We're going to go into the Mini Plexi by Marshall, which is of course Plexi-ish but mini. That's what it sounds like. With the tube drive. Yeah, it works. We're going to go into something Vox-ish, which is the AC20 by Morgan. Sounds like so. Doesn't. It doesn't. We're going to go into something Vox-ish by Morgan, which sounds like so. 11. Here we go. I don't know how to play guitar. And we're gonna go into a Marshall JCM800, which sounds like so. It's ridiculously good sounds. It's defined, it's not muddy, all the notes are there, make it big. What in the world else do you want? I mean, it's freaking pink, I don't know, that's cool. But it is $79 and it offers a shit ton of options. To be honest, before this video, I never plugged it in. I am a convert, I love it. And again, they're paying me, but they could fuck off if it wasn't good. If you think Harley Benton owns me, hey, there's a poodle. Poodle is gone again. Then you have not seen all my Harley Benton reviews. I'm always critical. I have made videos where I say, don't buy this, this isn't good. Harley Benton does not own me. I do not work for Thomann. They pay for videos as they do on other channels, as other brands do on other channels. If they make something good, they make something good, and I say it. This is good. Period. Links below, animals at the end.